about the noise, where legends rise. From the clouds to the crowd, this is Crowd, where Africa meets opportunity, where music meets magic.
Hello, everybody. I wish you a good afternoon. I hope you're having a good Friday. My name is Adebayo Adegbite, and today again, as is my usual behavior, I welcome you to another edition or another episode of the Crowd Music Industry Virtual Seminar. So in the Crowd Music Industry Virtual Seminar, we talk to various professionals, various creatives and professionals in the music industry, and then they share with us their experiences going from local to global. And the target audience is for music industry professionals who are trying to find careers in the music industry, who are trying to go from their local to global. And today again, we have a guest who is going to be talking to music industry professionals in general, but video editors in particular. He is a famously known face. His name is Mr. Aderemi Davies, also known as Ho3D Studios. So, Mr. Aderemi Davies, it's nice to have you on the Crowd Virtual Industry Seminars today.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. Well done, and good afternoon, everyone.
Okay, so we hope that we've been talking even off camera, and we hope you will deliver the kind of insights that you've been sharing so far. But before we go into the interview proper, I just read a profile of Mr. Aderemi Davies, aka Ayaworan Ho3D. Aderemi Davies, aka Ayaworan Ho3D, is a Nigerian documentary photographer and filmmaker who extensively uses his art to celebrate African indigenous values, cultures, people, arts, and places, and identity in general, creating both pictorial documentaries and film projects that stimulate a pro-African consciousness in his audience. He has made 2 short films and 1 feature film, and he has created several photography projects and documentary films which have been screened and exhibited on different platforms, locally and internationally. His works have been well recognized home and abroad, and he has won a number of awards. Consecutive Best Documentary nominations as the prestigious Africa Magic Viewers' Choice Award (AMVCA) in 2018 and 2020. Being finalist at the maiden edition of MTN Shorts Award, exhibition of his photo at the United Nations headquarters during the 5th International Day of Women and Girls in Science Assembly, and a lot more other awards. Ayaworan Ho3D is not a stranger in movie circles, in video circles, in music video circles in Nigeria. Once again, Mr. Aderemi, we appreciate you for coming, and we hope to learn from your unique insights for video designers.
Thank you.
So without any time wasted, let's get into the reason why we are here. And I'll start from a personal experience, or start from the heart. As a video director or editor, when you think about telling African stories with visuals or with videos, what comes to mind for you personally now?
Okay, for me, the first thing is identity is everything. Identity is everything, you understand? And we are in a global space now where there is a lot of content, there is a lot of cultures, there's a lot of interaction going on right now, in the global space. And it's amazing, we've never been in this kind of era before where you can be here and know about what is happening all over the world, right on your, device in your palms. So with that happening, the only thing that can make you stand out in this midst of this, cross-cultural interaction, in the midst of everything happening right now, is when you are true to your identity. Is when you own up your identity, and when you communicate your identity. Your identity has to shape your whatever you are communicating to the world. Your identity has to shape it. It has to be from the background of, who you are. And that's what can make people interested right now. That's what can make you have a unique voice. And when I talk about identity, as you said, as an African, coming back, bringing it back home now, as an African or a Nigerian music artist or editor or content creator, there's nothing that gives you a unique edge more than having your creations shaped by your cultural identity. You understand? That's what I feel can give anyone a unique voice out there in the global landscape right now. And so as an editor, as a video director, as a music video director, nothing sells to the world better than creating, unique, culturally rich content, video content, visuals. It doesn't have to, of course, when we say cultural, it doesn't even mean that you have to now have to go to local villages to shoot videos or edit. No, we are saying that just let every, your scenes, your art direction, everything, let it just communicate that, oh, this video or this music is from this part of the world, and this is what this person is pushing, is telling us. This person is identifying, okay, this is a sound from Africa, this is a sound from Nigeria, and when we hear the sound, let the picture match the sound. Let me see a visual that is different from what I was seeing. Let the European see a music video from an African artist that is different from what they are seeing in their own space, that is different from what they are seeing in America, that's different from what they will see in China. Let them see something that tells the African story, something that resonates with Africa, something that resonates with our story, our identity. So when you have that is what can interest anybody right now. That is what, let me say, that's what interests people more, in that global landscape right now. That's my advice.
Oh, thank you very much for that. That was a very great bit of insight. So the next question I'm going to be asking you is around, now you've talked about how to tell the African story, how telling the African story is important, how bringing unique visuals and, shall I say, voice into the space is very, very important. So, but of course, I know that you're as a video person. So now, when you started, because we know that Ho3D did not just land from heaven. He also started from somewhere. So, what was your own biggest challenge? So, what was your own biggest challenge when you first started telling African stories? Before you got all these insights you now have, and how did you overcome it?
Okay. Now, for me, let me say one of my biggest challenges, creative, or one of the biggest challenges I had was creating a space for my voice to be heard. Because let me tell you the truth, the stories are everywhere.
True.
The African story is everywhere. The African identity is everywhere. It's all around us. Do you understand? Whether documentary person, whether as a feature or narrative filmmaker, whether as a music video director, whether as a social media content creator, the stories are everywhere. You understand? It's right around you. There's nothing, and that's why you see that. Look at our movies that are doing very well on the global landscape now. They are stories that all of us knew about. Somebody came and told Lishabi story. The Lishabi story is nothing new. It's the story that every Egba, a son of the soil, knows or should be aware of. It's just the same old Egba story. Somebody does an animation on Shango, it's the same Shango story. Somebody talks about Christmas in Lagos. Everything in that film is just about all the things around us, how we express love, so it's all around us. So I don't think anybody would have issues or, finding these stories. The only thing you may have is, okay, probably you want to tell some deep stories and then access, which is also one of the challenges I had as a documentary filmmaker. Of course, getting people to be confident, to feel secure and safe to share their story with you, to share their journey with you. Do you understand? Okay, so I did a documentary, Omidan, on people on the Yoruba local indigenous hairstyle. It took me a while before I could get I had to feature a woman who who does that hairstyle, in the same traditional way. Now, of course, it took a while. I have to make her comfortable around me, to want to shoot, to want to, do what she does in front of the camera, to want to share her story. Why has she kept on to this art over the years? What has this experience been like, navigating from the old indigenous hairstyle to modern hairstyles? So yes, that is one of the challenges you may face as a creator, getting people to that place where they are comfortable to tell you their stories. I'm sure somebody that does shooting a film on the film on Bolale Austin Peters' film on this woman, my Fela's mother.
Okay.
I'm sure it must have taken some effort to get some extra details apart from what is in circulated generally. They must have taken and it takes some rigor, some intentionality to approach a family and want them to be comfortable to release all those details to you, to release their prized memories to you, to create that film. So, and I also face that challenge, a bit, getting people to tell their stories in front of the camera. Everybody just wants to hear. People, sometimes it could be because there's a lot happening around you. So that was the first challenge I had. The stories are everywhere, right? As I said, but you may have, when you want to go very deep, when you want to probably bring out some extra, maybe deep stories about certain things, certain cultures, certain places, you may have a little bit of restriction. People may not warm up to you easily, especially when you want to probably have interviews or you want to shoot certain things to show, this was where this happened. There could be some how do I put it, some restrictions, so I think I faced that. But apart from that, I think one thing that was major for me was it wasn't just creating, it's to have a voice, the platform to tell to release whatever I've created. It's not, as an artist, it's not enough to create a work and just keep it. Yes, passion drives you to create the story, to create the work, but the fulfillment comes from when that work is seen and is experienced by the audience, and then when they're like, it makes meaning to them. Do you understand? So that was a challenge for me, initially, like, okay, how do I get a platform to push my work to the world? Of course, things are changing now. There's a lot of the social media is now very vibrant. When I started, social media was not, where it is now. I started in 2013. So we are of course, social media, but not like it is now. Look at whatever YouTube now. YouTube has decentralized everything, and then it's a lot. So that time we were probably looking at established media houses, television, so that there's nothing like having your film on a channel where thousands or millions can see it at the same time and it resonates with them. So that was a major challenge. Of course, I navigated by discovering that there are film festivals all around, so you just have to find connect to a platform. There's a platform called Film Freeway. So when I got there's Film Freeway, so I registered on it, and then I had my works, and then it gave me access to a lot of film festivals, even globally. You don't even have to be there. Just submit your work and they will watch over, and they will interact with it. And that's also, so now film festivals give you that platform where it's not just the audience now. Film festival is like a niche audience, an audience of interested people. Do you understand? So if you are talking, or maybe you are telling a story on climate change, for instance, there are a lot of climate change film festivals where people who go there are people who are activists, people who are interested in that conversation. So when your film gets there, you rest assured that you are actually reaching the audience you want, and it will make better meaning. So that was one of the ways I solved that. I just thought, there were film festivals, there were a lot of competitions online that you can submit your work, and then of course platforms, televisions, you have to make a lot of effort. That one is very hard, getting your film on certain channels, but we navigated it, and we thank God we've tried, in our own little way. But there's still a lot. I wouldn't lie. I still wish I had a bigger platform or more platforms where I just want the world to see my work. That is the major thing. It's not that you want to create and you want the world to see. So now you've created, where are you going to put your work for people to see? So that is a major challenge I feel like any creator would experience.
Thank you very much for that, because it's actually very interesting that you are mentioning the challenge of platform, because we're part of what we do at Crowd, for example, is that we give people platforms, so where they can profile themselves, music industry professionals, you profile yourself, and we link people in disadvantaged places like Africa up with partners who are always interested in stuff like that. So, I think that's a very, very interesting dimension you are going to debate. So, thank you very much again for that bit of insights. So the next question I'm going to is, that everybody who makes a video, whether made with their phone or with the most highest quality cameras, wants to go viral. And then, so the question is around virality, really. So everybody wants to go, and I'm sure as a music video person, just as you just said, you also want to go viral. You want more people to engage with your work. So how does that really work? Is it vibes? Is it okay? Well, let me just put the stuff out there. If I'm lucky, people will see it. Or is there always a strategy? From an insider perspective. So what drives that?
Okay, now that area is very. It's a major area where a lot of people still struggle, getting your video to go viral. Now, from experience, I would toe a different line. I believe I love the idea of, that's what everybody wishes. You want more people to see your work, as many that can see. But there's a problem that we are facing now. There's a challenge where because people are conscious of wanting or to create a viral content, we are now having problem with people creating a lot of meaningless videos, meaningless content. People are into like, okay, I want to blow, I want to get viral. And then you are now creating something that okay, fine, this thing will go viral, but is there any value in this? Is this selling us in the way we want to sell it? Does it even sell you as the creator, in any positive light? But yes, you will get your likes, you will get your views, you will get your engagement. But that challenge still, that problem is now a major problem now, like where people want to they are so conscious of blowing, of creating viral content. For me, I feel like as beautiful as this for your video to go all round, what should still motivate any work is meaning, is value, is that you want to sell something that makes sense, something that people will watch and can feel the impact, whether it's documentary, whether it's film, whether it's a music video. You want something that, okay, when you push this out there, people can see it and they're like, oh wow, this is an amazing piece of work. Now, if that amazing piece of work is there, yes, the virality now, or it going viral, becomes an added advantage. Not like you are solely creating a work because you are motivated to go viral, and then you've lost a lot of meaning, or you've lost identity, you've lost value in that work. Okay, what happens? People see it, the work goes viral, everybody has seen it, but are they speaking well of that work? Can they reference that work in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, and still be like, oh my god, this work, we see a lot of music videos now that were shot several years ago, by top directors, Clarence Peters. These videos would never go out of fashion. They are classical pieces that, yes, they went viral, but they didn't just go viral because they wanted to go viral. They went viral because they actually had a lot to tell us, and we can still go back and watch those videos and feel connected to them. So I feel like I will not advise anybody to be motivated by, oh, I want my video to go viral, I want my video to blow, I want my video to be seen by everybody. No, let your work be motivated by value. Going viral is an added advantage. And the truth is, if a work is valuable, even if it didn't go viral immediately, as long as that work remains a powerful work, even if it is in years to come, you'll be surprised that there are works that they were not even viewed, or they didn't grow global or popular initially, but several years later, because the work was solid, there is now people can go back and that is even years after that they become viral. So I strongly recommend that anybody who wants to be in this space should not be motivated by just I want to create viral, because it may actually affect. You may be so concerned about that you start looking at creating things that may not align with your values just because you want. And we are seeing a lot of that out there now. I know you understand what I mean. Now, in terms of how can you get it done? Yes, there are a lot of platforms, there are ways, strategies. There are a lot of people who have done master classes. People I'm even following Tayo, I know, and every time I'm subscribed to his mailing list, and every time he keeps sending mail on, this is what you can do. Yes, even for YouTube, people will tell you, okay, for instance, some of the things people will tell you, look, you can't just, as a YouTuber, if you want to create viral videos and you want to make money from YouTube, they tell you have to stop creating. It's not about you creating what you want. You have to create what people want, what the algorithm. You have to do some research and find out from probably your search. You do your search profile and know, okay, what are the videos that people are interested in. Then you create content to that. Well, fine, that is it. But as I said, that could also be limiting as a creator, because yes, I want to create a video people will watch, but I also want authenticity. Now, if I just want to say, okay, I'm just creating what people want, then I don't have a voice, because it's not about what I want to create. It's not about something that interests me or something that I feel like this thing will make. I'm just creating something because I want to create something for the sake of creating, and then people can see it. So those are these are right ideas. If people tell you, okay, go to hell, but then they may also affect your creative freedom as a person. But then just to answer the question, yes, YouTube, of course, you have to do a lot of work, make sure that and then make sure you have very vibrant social media, put your work there, link your work. As I said, if you want to get to certain right audiences, if it's film, you may want to consider a lot of film festivals globally. That would also help and also give your film some value, some credence, right? But for a music video, now everybody wants your video to be on the top music channels, right? So I think a lot right now, it's about who can pay. It's been a while I've tried to do that, but I feel like I think there's a lot of it's a very competitive space right now, where maybe before you have to be a level of quality your video has to come out with for it to even get considered on these channels. And then I don't know, probably there was a time we heard you have to pay for some of these platforms. Fine. But then there are some other platforms that you may also consider as a video creator that you'll be surprised that this would give you free. They will take your videos for free without getting paid, and then they'll give you the airplay. You may want to consider that there are a lot of television channels out there, I won't want to mention names, that you can approach them. If your video is solid, if your work is solid, approach them, take your video to them. They won't charge you because they are not traditional music channels, they are not competitive, but you can give your videos to them as free filler content, and then they take it in. But because they also have wide audience, the moment they play it, you're also getting some views. You are getting views like that. And so you must be able to understand, okay, what do you need? What's your what are you targeting? Are you trying to are you considering maybe, because sometimes people want to also make money with that video. Yes, you want to make money, and while you're going viral, then just stick to YouTube, do all you can, run your ad, promote your work on different platforms, make sure people and then you send people to booth you on YouTube. But if you don't have that energy or the resources to make that happen, and you want your work to also be then, you can consider alternative platforms. There are a lot of television houses that you can take your video, give them free consent to use your video as fillers, and you'll be surprised that people will watch those videos there, because I've done that also, and it has also yielded some results.
Okay, again, thank you very much for that bit of insight. In other words, what you are saying is take advantage of the algorithm. Make sure that you are also well positioned, not just in terms of quality, but also in terms of the fact that you use the tools that are available to make sure that you get your own work out there. Because the value of a carefully and beautifully created work of art is the audience that engages it. So again, thank you very much for that insight. I'm going to be coming to the question on algorithms later, but before we go ahead, here is to remind you that you are still at the Crowd Music Industry virtual seminars, and I've been talking with Mr. Aderemi Davies, Ho3D Studios. Thank you very much thank you once again for your insights and the fact that we've actually been having a clinic here. A reminder that this virtual seminar is sponsored by OneApp. OneApp is one of the financial platforms in Nigeria that allows you to get money from do financial transactions in any currency of your choice. So check them out at www.oneapponline.com. We appreciate them for supporting this. So, Mr. Aderemi, back to you. So, now, again, we've talked about the importance of platforms and communities. Again, I cannot reiterate the importance of a platform like Crowd. You can check us out at www.crowd.com. We have a platform where you can profile yourselves and the work you are doing, put it out there, let people see it, and let us help push you from local to global. So, Mr. Aderemi, back to you. Now, the question I wanted to ask about algorithms. So algorithms are always changing, as you said. You mentioned like a whole bunch of sites, a whole bunch of social media, a whole bunch of, so many things, so many resources. So, with all this desire to, how do I put it now, to make sure that your work is fit for those platforms so that you can get your required audience. How do you stay ahead of so much algorithm and so much change in YouTube, in social media and everything without burning out or losing your creative soul, so to say?
I think synergy is the first thing. Synergy is very important. Of course, the work of an editor is just to, or not let me say, yes, the editor puts the final, it brings the video together, it brings it to life. Whatever has been shot, whatever direction the story has to go, is the one that brings the direction to the video eventually. Because it's, you shoot a lot of things and then the editor is the one that collates it and makes meaning out of it. So yes, it's a very, very important role. However, it's largely also subjective to the brief. It's subjective to what the director or what the whoever has commissioned you, what do they want? What are they looking at? What is what are they interested in? What is the direction that they also want for their video? In most cases, your work is just to deliver what has been mapped out or identified as the where they want the story to go. So you may not have much freedom, except you are given that freedom. But whatever, even your freedom that they give you, yes, you can be creative. You can choose, okay, I want to choose this kind of sound design, I want to choose this kind of coloring, but you still have to be in alignment with the original mind of whoever conceived the project, especially the director or the brand that has commissioned you, to work. So synergy is very important. As a video editor, you must understand the brief, you must communicate thoroughly. Proper communication with whoever has hired you, whoever has brought you on the project. You must communicate. You guys must have a thorough communication to understand each other, and your patience and your creativity is very important. Yes, they give you a direction, they tell you this is what we want, this is what we are looking at, but you are the one who brings everything to life with your creativity. So your role is very important, but at the same time, it's still within your creativity cannot now take you outside of the brief or outside of what the intention is for the work. Your creativity must still, as beautiful as it is, it must still be coherent with the original desire of the work, or whoever has conceived the work. So yes, you are bringing all that on board. You are bringing your creativity, you are bringing your patience, you are bringing because you must be a patient person, you must be ready to take corrections. As much if you can't take correction, you can't be an editor, because yes, it's, as I said, it's not all about you. You are bringing it to life, but it must still be in alignment with what whoever owns that original idea has in mind. So you can't be proud, you can't be impatient. You have to take, if they say, okay, oh, I love what you've done here, we love it, but probably you introduce something that doesn't align with probably your for instance, some people, if you are shooting a video, for instance, some people just like their videos simple transitions, very smooth, slow motions and simple cuts, because that is what they are known for. There are directors like that, that's what they are known for. They are known for the simplicity and minimalist, approach of their videos. So when you edit for such a person, and then you now put in, you use a lot of transitions, you do some heavy cuts, and you put visual effects. Yes, it's beautiful. You are creative. We've seen it, but your creativity has gone outside of how that person understands their work, how that person wants their work to be communicated, or the meaning of that video. You are shooting maybe a love, maybe you are editing a video for a love song, and then you are putting maybe things that would fit an action video or a video on maybe about street life. It won't work, it won't work, because it already goes against what the video should communicate. So you must be able to take correction, but you must be creative, but your creativity must also understand that. You must understand that your creativity must be in alignment with the brief, that you are given, what is the expectation of the director and even the artist himself. So that synergy is very important. You cannot joke with it. You must understand what the artist's vision is, you must understand the vision of the director, and then you now bring everything to life, bringing in your own idea, your creativity, and you bring it to life. So when they see, they're like, oh yes, this is what. For instance, if your director or your DOP has some shots that they spent a lot of energy and effort creating those shots, and they want that shot to be in the video because it shows a lot, there's depth in that shot itself. It tells the story. Then you now say, as an editor, you don't use that clip, or you don't use that shot, or you don't use that part, and then use something else. You have deviated from, and they have a right to actually tell you, what, we want this shot in the video, because that's why we spent a lot of energy and effort in creating that, that shot. You have to use that shot, So that's how I process the editor's role.
Oh, again, it's very, very amazing, because this is a very great bit of insight coming from you, because one of the things that people always complain about, in terms of talking about African professionals, is that that it's always they're always unprofessional, and they don't know how to interpret briefs and to so yeah, thank you very much for that. It's very, very important as well. And then so finally, because of course we will continue the conversation for the next 2 hours. I'm sure I'm actually learning a lot. I'm enjoying myself, but I will finally, to just round this seminar up. So what is going to be your advice? And I'm sure you've actually been saying it throughout the length of the interview. But okay, so there is a video editor, a video professional out there who has just his phone or his camera and nothing else. So what would you tell them? So I'm just saying,
shoot. Okay. Just shoot. Don't overthink it. Don't be limited in your mind. Just shoot. The world has become a very interesting and very sweet place now to be a creator. It's all, everything is decentralized. Is scattered now. You know, you can always find your voice. You can always, people have shot movies on phones. You know, professional movies on iPhone, and these films are even I've shot a film that was screened at a festival before. So I shot 70% of that film on my phone.
Oh, nice.
I shot, yeah, it was a documentary I shot in Kaduna, and I shot like 70% of it on my smartphone then, and then I just had to take some shots with the camera to combine with it. But it was predominantly a smartphone, documentary, and it got screened at a festival. There are even dedicated smartphone. There are festivals for smartphone right now, and they are doing very ahead. People now pay. I heard that where they are these content creators for events, they charge even more than professional videographers these days. And all they use is they come and then you see them with the phone. They will even be struggling with the space, with the videographers, with your camera and your gimbal, and then you see somebody just holding one light and one phone, struggling to get the best shots. Is even disturbing your own shot. So there's no point being limited anymore. Nothing should limit you. Just go out there and tell your story, put it together. And there's a lot right now. There are even apps that people even edit on their phones, and they edit amazing videos on their phones that people watch. So what would you say is keeping you? We have left that. Just get a good phone. Understand how to use that phone very well. That's another thing. Knowledge is everything. So for instance, you use the phone, even if your phone is not very powerful, is not an iPhone 16 or iPhone 14 or something, you have to understand the limitation of that phone. But it doesn't mean that phone can still give you something nice. You'll be surprised. Read, understand lighting, understand how you can navigate. So if I want to shoot, let's say I want to shoot a content with a smartphone, I would do more outdoor than do indoor, because I understand that the phone will perform better in natural daylight than it will in an indoor environment, right? And maybe I don't have lights to use indoor, so why don't I just shoot outdoor? I channel my creativity, channel the story to be something I can shoot outdoor, and then I can use the maximize the natural light, maximize the phone capabilities with that. Do you understand? So you just have to you have to know your limit. If your phone doesn't have a very smooth auto stabilization, you don't need to do movement. Get a tripod, the cheapest tripod. Put your phone on your tripod. Shoot your simple steady shots and combine it well, edit it well, even on your CapCut or your phone. Just tell that story. Go out there. You want to show you see somebody doing something amazing in your area and you want to put the story out there, shoot your story. Of course, you may not be able to shoot a video that will go on Trace or on MTV with a smartphone. I don't think that is allowed yet. But you can actually shoot a visualizer for your friend music, and that visualizer can go viral if it is well done. You understand? It can go viral if it's well done, and people will not even engage it because it's just a smartphone. As long as you've done something creative, engage in an art director that understands how to put your composition together and give you the best. Go to very natural places, very lovely scenes. Put your phone on a tripod. Let your friend sing the song. Do 2 or 3 shots of that same, or 2 or 3 takes of that track. Go to your CapCut. Combine it very well. Edit it very well in a way that will take it to your non-linear editor. Edit it in a very nice way. You'll be surprised. Lay your sound to it. You'll be surprised that you will create a very fantastic visualizer. Use your CapCut to just put your caption on it, and before you know it, people would watch it. It makes sense. It tells the story of the song. It aligns with the song. As long as the creativity is there, your art direction is key. The story, the narrative is key. the scenes are lovely, your shots are well composed, you've maximized the natural light, your shots are stable, you'll be surprised at what you can actually create with your smartphone, and people will still watch irrespective. There are content creators who charge 5 million, 4 million, 6 million, 8 million, and they use is their phone to shoot their content, and they just join it together. And I was watching a guy who shot a comedy skit on the Easter story. He's the only one that shot that skit, and he used you can tell he used phone, because all the effects he used, he used all this, he removed background, he changed background, but you can tell that this background is not the proper chroma environment. He probably just shot it normally, and then he used even Zoom, all these apps now can change background for you easily, and he did
just like what I have now.
Like what you have here, this is the crowd background, and it's an AI. It's generated with the app. So there are a lot of AI generated. All these things is, nobody has an excuse anymore. Just research, be knowledgeable. You'll be surprised at what you see people creating with smartphone, and you just get inspired and just start telling your story, start creating. Nothing should limit you anymore.
Okay, so again, thank you very much, Mr. Aderemi Davies, aka Ho3D Studios. It's been a very great time with Ho3D Studios today. He has been telling us stories about overcoming challenges as an African, how to get your concept and your creativity in order as a video editor, how video editors are actually moving from a local environment to global environment and getting featured on global platforms. And then also the need to be part of a community, the need to get on platforms, to get your work out there, to work with communities that will promote you. This has been a very, very great session with Mr. Aderemi Davies. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Nice to have you. I hope we can have you more on crowd platforms or crowd initiatives. I hope you will be willing to join us. Okay, so once again, it's been a very great session here. My name is Adegbite Adebayo. I'm the one moderating. I've been the person moderating this seminar with Mr. Aderemi Davies, and I have no doubt learned a lot about the music video industry on how to go viral. So again, a final reminder that this seminar is an initiative of Crowd. Crowd is a company that helps profile music industry professionals and gets them on global platforms and get them on global deals. So just follow us, www.crowd.com, go on our website, find your space as a professional, profile yourself, and you will have those big sweet gigs calling to you in no time. So again, it's www.crowd.com, and you can also follow us, Crowd Africa, on all social media platforms. We're on X, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and we're on LinkedIn, crowdafrica.com. Once again, we want to appreciate our sponsor, OneApp. OneApp is also one of the top financial apps in Nigeria if you want to do transactions in any currency. And so until I come your way again with another guest, another music professional on the African continent, I say thank you very much. Just as our invited guest today has said, keep learning, keep putting yourself out there, and keep profiling yourself, keep talking about what you do, and keep using the algorithm to your advantage. Thank you very much. See you around.